In a developing story from earlier today, Vice President Mike Pence has responded to Republican senators' announcement led by Ted Cruz that they will be standing in opposition to the electoral vote count, issuing a 12th Amendment challenge, joining with other Republicans in the House of Representatives. So this is big news that has been going on, and now Mike Pence has responded. The response was made through Mike Pence's spokesperson to CNN. So I have the CNN article here. You'll note that they don't have Mike Pence's response in the headline, even though I think that's a pretty important part of the story. You can read the full article down below. I've only got it up because we're going to pull out the quotes from the Congresspeople and Mike Pence. It's from CNN, so make of it what you will. Briefly, if you don't know what's going on here, on January 6th, Vice President Mike Pence is charged with reading the electoral votes and announcing which candidate for president and vice president has enough votes to win and become the president to be sworn in on January 20th. The Republicans in the Senate have requested a 10-day audit. A 10-day audit period with a panel that would be made up of Republicans and Democrats, and it's inspired by the 1876 election challenge between Tilden and Hayes, where Hayes was ultimately determined the victor. That was a panel of 5 Republicans, 5 Democrats, and 5 members of the Supreme Court. So they are asking for something similar here before they will certify or give approval to the electoral votes. Now, this is unlikely to succeed, and they acknowledge that. However, this is huge news in general, as this doesn't happen often in history at all. In fact, electoral votes have been challenged twice, once with Rutherford B. Hayes and one other time, and only with Hayes and Tilden was an election this contested and a challenge supported by this many challengers. So that is the big news, but let's get to what Mike Pence has said in response to this. It's just down a little ways in the article. Here we go. Vice President Mike Pence shares the concerns of millions of Americans about voter fraud and irregularities in the last election. Vice President welcomes the efforts of members of the House and Senate to use the authority they have under the law to raise objections and bring forward evidence before the Congress and the American people join on January 6th, said Mark Short, the chief of staff for the vice president, in a statement to CNN. So Mike Pence has welcomed the challenge. He has indicated that he has similar concerns, and this contributes to the ongoing question about what Mike Pence will actually do on January 6th. And we are all going to be here watching. So I wanted to bring you this update because I reported on the story of the Republicans earlier. You can find a link to that video at the end of this one in just a moment. If you like these quick legal and political news stories with some explanations of the legal processes going on, please feel free to follow by hitting that subscribe button, like it, share it, and most importantly, drop a comment below and let me know what you're thinking, what you feel about this whole process. Tell me what you think. Some people are calling it treason. I think that is a ludicrous expression of following a legal process, but other people can have different opinions. Drop them in the comments and let's talk about it. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. Peace. Peace.